Hello and welcome to our unboxing and demonstration of the MOQI I7s. First up we have the i7s handheld, which we will show in more detail in a moment. We have the user manual, which will get you started and explain some of the features on the handheld. There is a USB Type-C charge cable. And finally, there is a USB charger. We will include the correct adapter for your country. The i7s has a Snapdragon 710 processor with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. You can use a micro SD card up to 256GB to further increase the storage. On the front is a 6-inch capacitive touch 1080p display and a 5-megapixel front-facing camera. There are dual analog sticks, a digital pad, 4 gaming buttons, and in the corners of the screen are capacitive select and start buttons. On the top you can find 2 shoulder buttons. There is a power button and a volume rocker. On the bottom is a headphone socket and a USB Type-C port for charging. On the back you can find back-facing 16-megapixel camera and stereo speakers. And inside, space for dual nano SIM cards. Once booted up, you are into the home screen. It supports touch navigation just like on a mobile phone, and it runs on Android 8.1. You can find a number of apps pre-installed, including tools such as file managers. You can find media playing apps for video and audio, and system apps such as the firmware updater. The Google Play Store is installed and you have full access to it. You also have full access to the Google suite of apps, including YouTube, Gmail and Photos. We will start the demonstration with Call of Duty Mobile. By default it does not support controllers, but with the built-in key mapping you can play any game with the controllers. While running a game you can slide the quick menu out, and here you can find various shortcut options. By pressing the cloud scheme icon you can easily download predefined key mappings to save you doing them yourself. Simply choose a scheme and it will set everything up. Many games are already supported. The key mapping allows games that do not support controllers to be used. When you press a button, it will press the defined area on the screen, just like you are pressing with a finger. Here are some highlights of Call of Duty Mobile using a controller. The controls feel more natural than pressing on a touchscreen, where often your fingers can move around and not press where you want to press. Using a controller makes playing much easier, and you can rack up some great scores. The i7s is not only great for games but also for media. The display quality is amazing, and with apps such as YouTube you can enjoy content in full HD with no lag. The 16-megapixel back-facing camera takes pretty good photos and videos. Here are some examples showing both. They are perfectly fine for a quick snap or two. Emulation is one of the biggest draws to the i7s, and as it runs Android, it means it can run RetroArch. Downloadable from the Google Play Store, it is a front end for a massive number of emulators, from the Atari 2600 up to the PlayStation Portable. We start off with Mega Drive emulation. It can handle all the 8 and 16-bit consoles with no issues at all, so we won't spend too much time looking at them. Dreamcast emulation is great. I did not experience any slowdowns while checking out a number of games. Everything runs smooth, with no graphics issues which can be experienced on other handhelds. PlayStation Portable emulation is also supported. With God of War, it runs at a great frame rate and is very playable. On some other handhelds, you are lucky to get 15 frames per second. However, with some games you may get a micro stutter every so often, but it will not spoil the gameplay. PlayStation 1 emulation is amazing. I played a variety of games and they all worked perfect, no issues at all. Gameboy Advance also runs perfect. I tried a variety of games and there were no issues with frame rate drops or compatibility. Nintendo 64 is another system that retro gaming devices can struggle with, but on the i7s everything appears to be running smooth and it plays extremely well. That wraps up this unboxing and demonstration of the MOQI I7s handheld. We hope you have enjoyed it. You can find out more information and buy yours today from the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already, and we will see you in the next video.